Have I played a land this turn, or can I just play this extra land right now? No, you can't. You have played a land already. You played 2 lands, maybe even 3 lands already, and you can't play an extra land on me. You can't draw extra cards. Cheaters need to get woke right now, and they need to get wrecked. Welcome in. Much love, Trav. Here, a beautiful, beautiful day in Humboldt. We got the air, we got the birds, we got construction, and we got cheaters. We got a problem. Oh, the sun just came out. What up? We got cheaters. There's so many cheaters. It's such a big problem. It's like half the people cheat and they don't even know about it, and I have the fix. It's the incentive. So here's the cheaters playing an extra land. Oh my God, so many people do this. I was at Monday Night Magic. On Monday, there were 7 of us there, and I saw 2 players play extra lands. One of them, it was easy enough because it was turn 5 and they had 6 lands, so I was able to count it. Marvel, right? Ramp to Ulamog. Oh yeah. And the other one, it was like turn 9, you know, it was like attune for a land, play a Chandra, discard my hand, draw a new hand, play a land, play Vessel, hang on, wait, right? And I don't mean to single these guys out, it's just a recent example. Pro player at San Antonio, playing lands combo on camera, played extra lands multiple times in the tournament in 2 different matches. You think it's an advantage when you're playing a Primeval Titan deck to play extra lands? Yeah, and if you're doing it on camera, I can bet you're doing it every single round, right? But I'm not doing it to say that you're a cheater, because the punishment is too low, and that's what we're going to talk about. But you need to be aware that people are going to try to play extra lands all the time. People are in the habit of on Magic Online trying to click an extra land into play. It's because they don't know. People don't do a good job of tracking. So they're going to ask, have I played a land this turn? If you don't know, you can't play one. That should be the rule. Have I drawn an extra card this turn? I'm not sure if I've drawn a card this turn. You can't draw one then. Sorry, buddy. You need to keep track of that shit. Say it when you draw the extra land. A lot of people won't ask though. They just put it into play. People will do things like untap, no, like draw to start my turn, untap, think, draw again. Sometimes you'll see that, play a land, think, attack, play a spell, think, play another land, play a spell. Like, it's so common. You have to be very aware of this. It's so common. It's so common. It's the most common cheat, I think. The most common cheat is probably looking at the bottom of your deck or their deck when they shuffle. Playing an extra land is probably the second most common. So here's my suggestion for you. People are going to be first, the reason why people do this is because it's really disadvantageous and the punishment is really low. Generally, it's just like, oops, my bad. And people aren't thinking, how am I going to play an extra land? People are just optimistic and they're responding to incentives and they're sloppy. They're not really incentivized to know whether they played a land or not. It's better right now to not know. I don't know if I've played a land, so I'm just going to play one. This is better for me. I'm just sloppy. I don't know. I can't remember. I've got a bunch of lands and we can't count it up. I don't think I have. Can I play one? Right? Oops, I didn't know. I thought I hadn't played right. Like, come on with that shit. So for one, you have to be aware that a lot of your opponents are going to try to play extra lands. Even if they're not cheaters, it's just something that gets done, they're going to do. And then you have to be aware and you have to call people out on it. And if people ask, you should say, yo, you have played a land. And if you have to ask, then there's a problem right now. You have to keep track of that. Have I attacked this turn? Have I drawn a card this turn? Have I untapped this turn? Can I untap again, please? No, you can't do that shit, and you have to keep track of it. And here's my solution and my recommendation to judges. And here's my question to you. Do you think that playing an extra land is a similar advantage to drawing an extra card? I think so, because being on the play, you get to play an extra land instead of drawing an extra card. And I would be happy to be on the double play, where I start with 7 cards and I can play 2 lands, but I start with 6 cards. That sounds all right by me. So therefore, I believe that playing an extra land should be the same punishment as drawing an extra card. you should have a couple seconds to catch yourself, and it would be looking at an extra card, or it's a game loss. Now, the reason that it should be a game loss is you get a game loss for drawing an extra card. You get a game loss for playing an extra land. There's going to be a lot of game losses flowing around at first, but the main thing is it creates an incentive. It disincentivizes people from cheating by playing extra lands. It incentivizes people to actually keep track of whether they played it or not. If you put in a game loss for this, people are not going to play extra lands, and you're not going to have to worry about this shit and have to deal with land cheaters. 50% of players, and they don't even think they're cheating, they're just sloppy, right? I don't know, right? So we have to change the incentives. And I don't think moral judgment or superiority is the answer to anything. Be a good person. You should be a good person. Don't you want to be a good person? It's much better to have incentives. Like, we'll actually reward you. We'll increase your odds of winning now because we won't get game losses because the punishment for cheating is super harsh. We're going to discourage you from cheating because you're likely to get caught and the punishment's going to be super high. I think that's a very important key to reducing extra cards, extra lands, glory bringers coming into play from the lap, from the backpack that got brought from home overnight, right? It's all about just enforcement. So my suggestion, and I would love to hear what the judges have to say about this, extra land, same penalty as extra card. I believe that it's the same advantage, and extra land is way too rampant and something should be done about it. So what do you think? Leave a comment down below. And regardless of whether the rule changes on it, you have to take shit into your own hands. You have to be aggro in preventing players from playing extra lands against you, because they will, and it will happen frequently, and you have to be vigilant. So I hope you find that useful. Much love. Spread the shit around. Let me know what you think, and stay blessed up. Have a good one. Peace.